here on the floor of the New York Stock Exchange on Tuesday morning, and the major equity averages are seeing red across the board. Earlier in the session, the Dow fell as much as 170 points. So joining me now is Alan Valdes of SilverBear Capital, and he'll weigh in on today's action. Alan, great to have you here today.
Thanks for having me, Remy.
Well, we are seeing red across the board in terms of equities. We have a lot going on around the globe, and there are ongoing concerns about tax reform. But do you think this is a good time to buy the dips, or are you getting spooked?
I think you might want to wait a little. I mean, the market's off right now, basically 150 points in that range. A lot of it today has to do with GE. They cut the dividend and things of that nature. People are getting worried that more companies are going to cut the dividend. But I think basically, the market's not going to tank forever. I'd keep an eye on it this week. It's Tuesday. See if it settles down on Thursday. It's not going to take off. We're coming to the end of earnings season. Earnings have been pushing this market. We have some big earnings coming, but not like the techs are done, the banks are done. So you're not going to see any real major movers. I think I'd wait and just see where this settles and then get back in.
And Alan, indeed, mentioning GE, we can look up on the board and we see shares down 4.5%. Now, they are off session lows, but that is contributing to the pullback in the Dow. We can't ignore that earnings season is wrapping up right now. So what did you make of the season?
Overall, it's been a pretty good season. Actually, it wasn't as good as last quarter, but still over 70% have beat on the top and bottom lines. We've been strong. Earnings have been strong straight across. We got nice numbers out of Walmart. So I think overall the retail sector may do pretty good. But I think in general, it wasn't as good as last quarter. We'll have to see next quarter if this thing continues to deteriorate little by little. That would be troubling. But, if you look at the jobs number, still strong jobs number out there. I think we're going to have a good year next year, 2018. I think it's going to be a good year.
And Alan, we know that we can't ignore geopolitics as well as politics. U.S. President Trump is wrapping up his trip to Asia. Now, given everything that's happened in the past several days, as well as the progress or lack thereof for the tax reform plan, do you see the glass half full or half empty at this point?
Well, the tax reforms, he got in office because of the tax reform promises. And it's I wouldn't say his fault at all, but they're just not working with him to get this tax reform passed. And that's critical. I think if tax reform does fail, you definitely could see the market come in a little. Again, the market's been up on earnings and things of that nature, but tax reform's also way back in the mind of traders, and they want to see that passed, So I think if that doesn't pass, you'll see a capitulation, people selling off for sure. So it's critical they get this passed. Now they're talking 2019. I mean, it's ridiculous. It's totally ridiculous. I mean, what did we pay these guys to do down there? So, I mean, they're not working. They're not working for the country, it seems. But, yeah, tax reform is critical.
Okay, Alan, well, thank you so much for joining me this morning. And as always, thanks for your insight.
Thanks, Remy. Have a great day.